Okay, what we're going to be doing is taking this shape and making basically a template of it, and then we'll be able to do up or undersizing once we have the template. So the first thing we have to do is get our big rabbet bit and put the very smallest bearing on it that we have. Then once that's set up, the next thing we do is set it to cut at 1/4 inch. So I'm using this piece of 1/4 inch wood to set the height, so that's at a 1/4 inch. And I will put this on here. It's going to get noisy. I'm going to turn on the dust collection. Now we have our piece, and if you see, we've got 1/2 inch and then a 1/4 inch, a 1/2 inch piece, and then a 1/4 inch step. So the next thing we'll do is find a big flat surface on here and take the flat part of our 1/4 inch drill bit, and really you can use a drill press for this, which is better, but I'm just going to do it here for this demo. And we're going to drill in. And you're following the wall of this 1/4 inch step straight down and go all the way through. So, now we need to change our bit, and we're going to go from the 3/4 inch rabbet with the small bearing to the 1/4 inch spiral flush cut. And we will set the height to cut and put the right size plate on here and get it stuck on there. So that 1/4 inch spiral, I've got my hole in here. We're going to go around and cut through, and you're going to watch as I get back to the final hole. I'm going to start applying pressure this direction, because otherwise this thing is going to go all crazy. So I'm going to keep pressure pushing this loose piece that way, and at the very end it'll go pop and the whole thing will slide and it'll be safe. So let me get the dust collection again and we'll go ahead and cut this. So, now we have this piece and this piece. I'm going to stick a flat piece on here and nail it off flat. And then I'm going to go ahead and, while the camera's off, take and do a rough copy of this that's about 3/8 bigger. That gives me my rough cut, and then we'll make a piece that fits inside this perfectly. Okay, real quick, I thought I'd show you the process of figuring out the rough cut for this. First, set your piece down. This is very important, because if you don't, you'll never know how it centers. Set your piece down and trace what it is, and then I take a bearing and I measure whatever I need from the flat surface to the outer flat surface, which in this case, this one's a little over 3/8, so perfect. And I just drop it down and drive around. Now, one thing I do sometimes, and is bad, is I'll set this thing down and go around it with the bearing, and then I'm like, crap, where's the middle? So always make sure you trace it first. So now I'm going to go rough cut this. Alright, so I cleaned up this piece, I rough cut my other piece, double stick taped it to it, and then I found a bearing. I've got a 1/2 inch flush cutter, and I've got a larger oversized bearing, and if I measure from the cutter on the bit to the outside edge of this bearing, I've got 1/4 inch. Now when we cut this piece out, we used a 1/4 inch bit. So we know there's a 1/4 inch between here and there. So if I take this piece and oversize it by 1/4 inch, I should have a piece that fits exactly in there that I could use for an insert, and then we'll talk about how to step that down. So I'm going to turn the dust collection on, and we're going to clean that up. So, now we've got our original piece that we made, and we've got this piece, and we can actually, let me clean this up and hit this just a little bit. You'll find when you do this that it is a perfect fit, and if there's any like rough edges from the machining process, it won't go together. And that you have to go down perfectly square. So there we have it, a perfect insert. Now if this was going to be a grill and you needed a thin line, do the same thing over again. Make this center piece out of 3/4 inch, big bearing, down 1/4, cut the 1/4 around, and boom, you'll have a 1/2 inch trim ring that'll fit right inside there. And you can go up or down as many times as you need to, over and undersizing. So that's it.